The first thing to say about this is that, as I think all of us know, there is a deep economic pendulum that swings back with some regular periodicity in our society between periods of time when we celebrate the entrepreneurial power of markets and demonize the excesses of regulatory excesses of government, and periods of time when we do the opposite. Over the last 25 years, as all of us have seen, as the Reagan Revolution has played out, the top end of the pendulum as well as the bottom one has swung broadly in the favor of markets, which has put corporations in the kind of commanding heights of the global economy, often without a regulatory partner in government. And that has had a signature effect on business, and that signature effect is on their brands. Brands are the most important intangible and, in fact, the most valuable intangible asset that most large-scale corporations, multinationals, own today. And as such, what our research has suggested is the three fastest-growing contributors to brand value today are perceptions of ethical leadership, perceptions of social stewardship, and perceptions of environmental stewardship. Those are the fast movers that are reshaping the most important intangible asset that organizations have. That's because 25 years ago we would ask what the environmental policy, the labor policy, the human rights policy of government is. Now we ask what the environmental, labor, human rights policy of companies like Nike, Coca-Cola, Disney, Microsoft, et cetera. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is that this is being accelerated specifically by information technology, and I'll give you a really good example. If you go to Google and you type in Home Depot, HomeDepot.com is the first thing that comes up, and HomeDepotSucks.com is the fifth thing that comes up. Home Depot's raw material suppliers are the sixth, seventh, and eighth thing that come up. So with one click, it's actually impossible. It's actually harder to avoid peeking into their supply chain than it is to not see into their supply chain. Actually, we have the issue of information abundance. What that's done is shift the dynamics of brands away from being purely communicative to increasingly behavioral. For most of these companies, it's not about what they say anymore, it's about what they do. And the reason it's about what they do is because we can see what they do. We can see if there's a gap between their communications and their performance.